But where do you draw the line? Has he asked you to shave his back?
No.
You're so lucky. You're so lucky.
This is a good opportunity for me to ask. Are you willing to?
Let's just do this. A show of hands. How many people in this room have shaved Jonathan's back? Show of hands. Show of hands.
Scarred.
The first time Zooey came to hang out with us, she brought us Yorkshire pudding, and Linda and I were so happy.
To our hearts. This is exciting though, because we have two amazing bakers here in the family now. Because Linda, you obviously have been baking treats and stuff for us for 10 years plus.
I'm sorry.
Zooey, you have.
I'm new in this baking for you guys game, but I'm
She's
ready.
an expert. When we first started dating, she would pick me up at the airport, and there would be like a basket with like fresh baked goods or like something to eat for dinner or whatever. It was the most delightful
So would
thing.
you just pretend to be hopping on and off a flight so that you can get a basket of food?
Yes,
I got to fly away for the
I
day. I'll be back exactly at this time.
Oh, it's
Cookies.
lunchtime.
Yeah.
My car was always smelling like butter. So.
Yeah.
So what's your go-to? Is it something you learned from your mom or your dad?
Well, actually, growing up, my mom made popovers or Yorkshire puddings. They're called popovers sometimes. My mom made them all the time on weekends for brunch. So that's one of the things I like to make.
And by the way, total side note, her mom now makes bread almost every day, and it is the best bread I have ever had.
She's an amazing
Our daily bread.
artisanal bread maker. But yeah, I like to make a lot of things. Like I like to make stuff I've never made before too. That's fun.
Now, we all met at Carpool Karaoke, and this is another part of the holiday I'm leading into. So you know, your romance was budding.
So true.
Was it love at first sight? Actually, I've heard from Jonathan. I want to know from Zooey. That first time that you saw him, or you were chatting a little bit, I think on the phone we all were talking before.
Did it happen in slow motion?
Yeah, because we knew, like, right, Linda? Like, we knew he was interested.
Jonathan was like, "Oh, it's just a friend."
Yeah, but we can tell.
But we weren't allowed to come join on a friend outing. We're like, okay, Jonathan.
I didn't want there to be pressure for the whole gaggle of people with me.
Yeah.
So that's why I invited her for dinner.
I didn't actually, when I was going to our first date, I didn't actually know if it
was
would
a
be
date?
I just didn't know. Because he said, you know, are you bringing people? And I was like, no, just me. And then I was like, well, am I meeting like
Should
a
I
bunch
bring
of people?
people?
Or like, should I call my
at
sister?
Carpool Karaoke,
Or
there was
what?
like a bunch of people with you, and I was like,
She
maybe
rolls
this is the click.
Her
Yeah, she rolls
entourage.
deep. I don't know.
Well, so then that first, let's back up from the first date. First off, when you first saw him on Carpool Karaoke, I want to know from your end, did you know he was flirting with you? And
Yes.
What? Wait, what was the moment? Was it when I picked you up for the photograph, or was it when I sat across
You were like,
for the
lay,
other?
lay on my lap.
No,
He's very subtle.
I laid on
then
your
Drew,
lap.
and then Drew
Did you lay on my lap?
I laid on your lap.
Oh, maybe that was it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like,
I thought you laid on.
No, I laid across everybody.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
that was it. Yeah.
And-
And then you picked me up, and then, yeah.
So it wasn't my tight buns
Literally.
and like long flowy hair.
It was all of it. It was
What-
the whole package.
it wasn't his Britney Spears dancing that he did.
That was great too.
Yeah.
So were you at that time? Were you flirting with him?
Yeah.
Okay, because when we saw the first cut of from Corden's gang there, I looked at him like, oh yeah, she's definitely flirting with Jonathan. But
Yeah.
then we heard from the
So the producer said, apparently, and I thought I was playing it cool. I didn't think anything of it. The producer said I was flirting so bad, like so hard, like that they had to cut a bunch of that out.
otherwise you
And,
look
like,
like a creepy weirdo.
It's not Carpool Karaoke after dark.
yeah, that's true.
It's
Yeah.
Carpool creepy open.
I was being
You were very gentlemanly.
Gentlemanly and cute.
Well, I actually asked my publicist, who's also like one of my best friends, I was like, do you think he was flirting with me? And she was like, oh, yes.
Can I tell you that one of the most embarrassing moments we had from one of our early dates? So because for Brother versus Brother, we bought the house. And so knowing that she's into like architecture and she loves like Spanish homes and things like that, I was like, oh my gosh, like let me tour you through the house that we bought. It's like a century home. It's beautiful. It needs a bunch of work though. And she's like, sure. And so after we did, because we all went out, remember, for karaoke and we did the escape room. And so I then took her over to the house to walk her through it. And later I found out that in the back of her mind, as we're going from room to room and I'm showing her this and like, look at the feature in the back of her mind. She's like, so he's actually just touring me through this house.
I thought he was like trying to put the moves on me. I was like, okay. And then he's like,
let me show you this room.
He's like, here is the living room and here is the bedroom and here is the other bedroom. And I'm like, oh my God, he really is just giving me an
architectural. At which point is he going to kiss me?
Tour. So, and then I was like, okay, well, maybe I have the wrong idea about this date.
Immediately.
I'm an
so
awkward
I was like,
human.
bye. And I was like, oh, okay. I'm going to call an Uber. I called an Uber, which was the fastest Uber of all time.
It literally shows in 30
20 seconds. Yeah. And I was like, bye.
And I was like,
but I wanted to show you the furnace.